Yeah, so what's the tactical strike there? It's bishop f7 sacrifice, because my next move is queen d5. Castle makes sense. So, and what if I play this move? Okay, f3 is played. I don't remember what exactly to do. At least I can capture on c3, but let's play this move to move to get more pressure on e4. King e7, bishop should retreat. Let's retreat with a bishop to b3. Should be fine. Here, bishop e2. Bishop e2, bishop f5. King f7, queen d5. Knight g4. Oh, I don't like this move at all because, wait, what if I just play this? Looks like you have to sacrifice the material by taking on e5 with your knight. Bishop e6. King e2. Let's trade the pieces because I have extra material, extra pawn. King goes to e8. I can take on c5 immediately, but I will deliver a check and then take on c5 on the next move. Yes, I can challenge a link. Okay, just wait a sec. I'll do it. Play with a friend. Great. No, it doesn't work like that. So, custom challenge. No. I'm not sure if I can. Okay, a3. b5. Okay, knight c6 in this position. Can I just capture on d6? Looks like there is no friend request. No, I'm checking it. No. Okay, let's play something like c3, for example, for a while. So here is c6, bishop e3. Here, castle, I play b4. Knight takes d5 to put more pressure. Here I take on c5. And this is where I should do what? Let me take on c5. Why not? Okay, what can you please? No, there is no friend request. What's the username of this person who also wants to play against me?
Let me find it out.
Just yeah, send me his username and I will. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll try. So let's play these just to offer a queen straight, and I'm going to play with a friend. Wait. No. Oh my god. No, I didn't copy it. My account is restricted. No, I can't. Sorry, I can't send the challenge. Okay, let's... What should I do?
Hello? Just find that last strike.
So F5 is coming probably. Well, let's take the pawn. King takes here. D6, queen takes C3. The material is equal, but my position is better because black lost their castling privilege. So bishop D2. Probably the best move. Okay, if so, I think that we can just trade pieces. And I get a better position because I doubled the enemy pawns. Here, queen D6. 95. E6. Knight takes. I'm effectively pawn up in this position, so rook d8 cannot be played. And my task is just to trade pieces off to simplify it. Also, when we finish the games, I kindly ask you to mark me as a good sportsman there. After we play the game, chess.com asks it. So if I want to remove my restriction, more people should say that I'm a good player. But actually, you see, it's really difficult to conduct simuls through chess.com, but in all other aspects, this platform is really good.
Yeah, for sure.
C5. It's a good move. Well, let's play queen e4. F5 makes sense. Bishop c4, threatening with a check on f7. So here bishop c3, I trade the bishops. Then I castle to the king side. Knight bd2. Okay, can I gain a pawn right now, or it's too risky? I think it's still too risky. Oh, let me take on c3 first, and then I'll play bishop e7. Or maybe bishop a3 should be played. What do you think? Now bishop a3, then probably knight b1. Okay. Oh, so what happened with this game?
Right. Maybe.
Queen f6. So should I trade the queens or not? I don't want to. Now let's play this move. C3 castle. In this game, b5. Oh, bishop d5 is a good move. C3. Okay, I can't capture on a3 because of knight b1, I believe. If I take on e5, is it good or bad? Oh, I may take and then play king d7, which is fine. Knight goes there. Then I take with my pawn. Then I take with my pawn, yes. With my knight. Bishop e2, knight d7. Then either knight c5, knight e5, or at least knight f6. So bishop e5. Yeah, king d7. And now the pawn on a3 is hanging. Now let me take on c6 to simplify it. Another challenge, so fine. Who is fire? Okay. C5, and I accept this one as well. D5. Okay, I'll take, so I'm a piece up. Queen h4. Oh, this is a good move. Looks like in this position I have to take. Yeah, that's the only option. But it's fine. Don't worry. I'll play bishop f4 as the next move. This is how I protect my h2 pawn. Rook f5. Okay, fine. Let me get the open file. Castle. I have to play several moves in these two games. Take. Bishop d7, knight c3. Here, knight c6, of course. Castle, it's my turn to move. Knight e5. Rook goes back, then let's say this rook. Bishop f4, protecting on h2. No, e6, Semislav. Queen d4. No, it's not a good idea to play like that. Okay, e6. Knight f6. Bishop e4. Bishop g5, h6. So, okay, queen d2. Let me play. Knight c4. f6, f3. In this position, knight f6 should be fine. Here, queen f6, so this is a Moscow variation. Knight goes there. Queen e2. h5. And if I play this move, e3, g6, here knight b1 to protect the pawn. Okay. Bishop d6, or let's play bishop d6. No, then I take on e4 and gain a pawn. Bishop d3, bishop g7, a6, who cares, a3. I'm not afraid of bishop b5 in this position. Okay. Just want to trade pieces. Here, castle, castle. So this is a kind of a private simultaneous study or simultaneous exhibition. I am also running another one on this Sunday for my subscribers. As for this one, just a small one with a few players. So e4, yeah, definitely I have to take it. And then after knight e4, I play queen f4. At least I remember something. No, I don't want to trade the queens. Queen c5 is better, maybe. G6. Let's trade pieces off. Wait a sec. This is how I just gain a piece for free. What was the idea? Queen f4. That's a good move. Bishop d7. Let's trade rooks, and this is my next move. c6. Bishop g3 is a helpful move here anyway. Knight g5, queen g5. Here is c5. Right. Actually, I don't remember of what exactly to play in this position. Let it be knight d7 just. A6. Take. This is my next move. I really want to play e5, but I'm not sure if I can in this exact position because g3. Maybe I'd better move my queen out. Knight d2. A bishop. No, bishop c2 I don't like. Rook a5. Yes, this is what I was expecting. Queen c7 looks fine. Knight goes there, knight d5. Queen h5, knight d2. Here a3. What for? Have no ideas. Bishop e7. Oh, this is a losing position. Queen e3. So if you see that I'm missing something and I didn't play a move in one of the games, just type in the chat. What if I play e5 here? Queen h6. So bishop goes there. Okay, yeah, this is what I expected. Of course. b6. Queen goes back. b4. No, bishop b5 anyway. And then I can gain a pawn, I believe. Queen g4, f5. Looks like a good move. Oh. Queen f4. Knight f6. Okay. Bishop b2. Oh, then b5, and I take the advantage of this pin. This move looks good. Oh, I want to play e5 to challenge you. I'm not sure if that it's the best idea, but why not? Let's try. Here the best way is probably just to play this move, and on the next move capture on c3. Okay, king goes to the center. King captures c3. Bishop c6, and then I'll trade and get my king to the center. Take here. Knight d4 maybe. d5. Looks good. Rook d1, rook to c8. Let's take there. Knight e5 to trade pieces. F3. Yeah, e4 is coming probably. Bishop d3 should be played, I believe. And then I should improve my knight. I can take on e4 anytime I want. So rook takes rook. Queen takes, let's just castle. Oh, queen goes there. No, I can capture on c7 if I want. Let's do this. Queen c2. So here rook e1, but who cares? Bishop d7. I have 2 extra bishops. B takes c5. King goes there. b3. And this is my next move. Rook d2. Oh, sorry, it's a blunder. Let's take another pawn for free. Oh, knight d6 check should be played in this position. I see that g5 is coming. That's the kind of a problem, probably. Queen c3. c4, fine. Let's attack the rook. So yes, and this is where I take the advantage of this pin and take on c5 for free. Rook goes there. Then I should improve my knight and then somehow capture on a4. Okay, let's play this move. Knight d5. Okay, this is where what should I do? Oh, I'll take on d3. I think this is a better option. King f5. e4. Knight b6. I want to capture on e4 with my knight. That's the idea, actually. King goes there. I don't want black to capture on g3. That's why I'll play this move. Rook c4. Bishop b5 to create another pin. Knight goes there. Knight f2. Then rook takes here, and I am 2 pawns up. Pawn takes. I don't want white to activate the knight, and actually, yes, the file is open, but there is nowhere where white can penetrate. Only e5, which is not doing anything. h3. Okay, it's rook d2. K8. Oh, I take on e5 anyway. h3. I don't know. Let's take and play something simple, like something simple like rook f4, which actually is not so simple. So g5. Yeah, this is what I expected, actually. What can I do? I can play queen e4, which is good. And then if they take on e3, I take with my queen. Bishop d5 cannot be played right now. I'll just capture this rook on d3 with my queen. Queen goes there. Let's activate the other rook. Queen e4. Okay, I'll capture here, then I'll capture with my queen. Bishop goes there. Let's take. Queen a4. Queen b6. Should be fine. So then I capture on a4 with my knight, threatening to take on c3. Okay, thank you for the game. Queen c7 in this position. Okay, let's activate my pieces. Queen b7? No, check. And this is my next move. So rook d2. Clever, but not enough. Okay, I'll get my queen out immediately with a temper. King goes there. Queen c4 probably. Rook e3. Knight b2. I don't think there is anything else. f3 in this position. Okay. So what to do? What to do? Let's play something really simple. b5. Let's trade the queens probably. I think this is the simplest way to succeed. So king g1, rook c1 check. Queen goes to c2 in this position. What else? e5. So where it's my turn to play? Not here. Check on c2. And after, king moves to g1. That's the problem. Yeah, this is a problem actually. Oh, not a big problem. Let's just play g6. To get to a safe place. Rook goes there. Rook c4. Queen c1. No, queen c1. Bishop goes there, for example. Rook f8. I see you want to get rid of. Well, then I have to play positionally. So probably just f4. Rook taken on b2. Let me take here. Rook a5, rook a5. In this position, king goes there. Now let's continue with e4. Here I take. d4 should be played. h3. Knight d1 allows me to gain another pawn. Okay, in this position, take. Queen h7. So rook b1 is a kind of a threat. Well, let me take on c5 maybe. Here, rook d8. Yeah, this is what I was expecting. G5. So thank you for the game. Here, queen a6. What should I do? Check. And then I play queen f2 regardless of what move my opponent gonna do. Queen e4. Rook b1, rook e1. Knight takes on c3. G4. Okay, king g6. I didn't find anything better than this. Oh, then rook d6 is a check. Okay, so what else do I have? Now, let's play rook c2 for a while. King g1. Bishop d4. Knight. Okay. How to win? Let's make a pin. I'll take. So the bishop here is on d4. Yeah, I think maybe which is the most complicated position. Here. Oh, let's deliver a check. Rook a1. Check. Rook f7, I see. Okay, king g6. c3 in this position. So here I checkmate with queen d6. King has to go to c8, and this is a mate. Thank you for the game. Here, queen a8, king goes to g7. This is the most complicated position. Bishop c5. I want to trade. Capture with the queen. So yeah, rook d6. Bishop f6, knight e5, king g7. Okay, bishop f6 should be played. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's the wrong move. Okay, sorry, but I'm not going to accept any other challenges because I'm just finished this game and then my Simul will be over. Okay, in this position, this is a mate. Thank you for the game. So 3 games left. So here I have 2 strong pawns and I'm going to... Oh. No, queen f1 is a threat, right? So let me just create an escape square with my... Oh, wait. Or let me just capture on f8. Yeah, it looks much better.
Oh man, shit. I didn't do that.
No, there was no threat of queen f2, only queen f1. So I was able to play h3 and the position is still fine. But the rook was hanging. E6. Queen e7, of course. Queen e5. B4. So 3 games left. And these. Try not to blunder anything. Threatening C7 in this position. Rook C4 probably. And then I'm threatening with C2, C1 equals queen. Queen D6. Yes, but this is in my favor. What can I do? Let's trade, and this is how I win. Trade, C takes, then I play check. And then Rook C7 is the next move. Well, probably this is the most complicated position. And white should decide whether to take on. No. They don't take. So I can play King G7 to get rid of the pin. Maybe. Okay. Here, what do we have? This move. So first of all, I'm playing C2 to force the rook coming to C1, and then I'll activate my king. King E7, another check, and then I take one of the pawns. Yeah, King C5. Then my D pawn comes, like that. And so on. So King F6, I take here. No, then I win with this simple tactical strike, then the pawn is promoted. So this is the only game where I can experience some problems. Rook C2, just take. King takes, I play King C4 and promote my two passed pawns. Well, thank you for the game. G4, B3. Then this is the next move. Okay, thank you for the game. Okay, we have one more game left. However, let's quickly go through these games and analyze them. I'll tell you what was wrong, what was right. So this is the main one. No, bishop e3 is considered to be a bad idea because after bishop b4, you experience real problems here and you faced with them. So queen d3 is probably the best reaction. But then I play d5, put more pressure on c3 and double your pawns. So there is no advantage for white at all. Only double pawns. Strategically, I'm much, much better. Knight c4. Maybe not the best choice, but I decided to trade the knight for a bishop. That was okay. So the position is simple. Typically in open Sicilian lines, white tried to put the pressure on the king side. But in this position with just a few pieces left, it's impossible. And black fully take the advantage of their better pawn structure. So I didn't trade to provoke you to play king h1 and then decided to develop the bishop. So knight b3. There was no discovered attack with this knight. That's why I wasn't afraid of. So knight, queen goes back, knight goes there, and this is where you blundered at e5. What could you do instead? Just move the queen out. However, I will get my bishop either here or maybe immediately like that to c4. This is how I could get a better position. Maybe rook c8 or rook d8 can be played as well. I think I would start with rook fd8 in this position. Oh, black is slightly better, but it's still a playable position. Well, that was a blunder, and you blundered the pawn, after which the position was winning for black, because c2 is also a weakness. So you see, you have to play rook c1, and then I can trade a rook pair, for example, and penetrate into your camp by playing rook d2. No, but that was a blunder, so the game no longer deserves any analysis. This game was quite good. But I think you missed the move order. So here, knight f6 and knight c6 should be already there. And only after that you can play. So you should learn this opening, which is called Chelyabinsk variation or Sveshnikov variation. I could play actually knight c4 maybe in this position. I played bishop g5, which is also fine. If in case of queen a5, I retreat with my bishop to d2. Bishop e7 I took because one of the most likely ideas here is to control the d5 square. So that's why I traded my bishop for a knight to remove the defender. Knight c4. You didn't play b5 in time. That's why I was able to join my knight back to the game much faster than usually happens in Chelyabinsk variation. Here, okay, king f1. Let me think and we'll continue the analysis. What can I do in this position? You can play rook c4, then h3 probably. What else? Rook c3 immediately. Rook c3, knight d4. I can play check, but king goes, for example, to e2. Okay, let's play rook. c4 and knight d2, I can check it. Check. Okay, so here we continue. Yeah, knight went to the center, and then the d6 pawn is hanging, which is the common problem. So right now I'm threatening with this knight to b6. Knight e6 is fine move, but then I can capture on e7. I played one more move to prepare for it because I didn't want the enemy knight to come to d4, and now I gained the queen. So to trade the queens was a bad idea. Instead, maybe queen g5 and then queen d2, queen g6, something like that should be played. So you shouldn't trade the queens in this position, something like that. So queen g5, I would reply with queen d2, you play queen g6, and this is a playable position that you may continue. Now, to trade was means to pass the game into absolutely losing endgame. That was another blunder. Bishop d5 a pin. And finally, this is a technically winning position. Moreover, you blunder it. In this position, I was expecting something like that to be played. Then bishop b7, rook c7. I probably take here. Maybe not. Maybe I would just take on f5 or go back to the center and realize my material. But this is a losing position with no chances. Okay, this game. Oh, it's not a good idea. So first of all, that was a blunder. I can get rid of the pin, and e4 is hanging. Then I take on g5, another blunder. So I think you should work on blunders. Queen g4 is another blunder. So I didn't actually do anything to win this game. I just take the advantage of your blunders and traded pieces. So I actually don't want to continue the analysis. It's absolutely losing their position, and you should avoid blunders, solve puzzles, and play more games. But that should be not rapid games, but no, it shouldn't be blitz games, but rapid games, probably with 30 minutes per side. Okay, h3. So rook c3 now. What do you think? Let's try. Then maybe d3 on the next move. I don't know. Okay, fine. So this is what we analyze this game. Let's look at. So first of all, this is a theoretical position. It was a London variation, and to take on b6 is not so good. You'd better play queen c2 move, after which I play bishop f5, and the bishop is not hanging because b2 is hanging, and then the rook. So you have to play queen c1 and somehow play this position, which of course is slightly better for black. You decided to trade, and I'm absolutely sure, and this is what I know. This endgame is in black favor. The task is to advance the b pawn and then advance the other b pawn. So I couldn't capture on a3 in this position because I didn't want to give you any counterplay, for example, like that, and then you play your other rook to the a file and try to gain my rook on h8. So that's why I played this move, then king d7. Now I'm threatening. So maybe in this position, it could make sense to play a4. But after a4, this move. But then you play this. So probably it was okay. And this is how you could still continue. Knight b1, bishop d6. So I trade your active pieces and then put the pressure on the pawn. So a4 was finally played, but the problem is that this bishop blocks the connection between rooks, and this is how I can take the advantage of it. I decided not to take on a4 with the pawn because you could successfully block it with rook a3, or maybe knight b1, knight a3, and just took it with my knight. c3 then became another weakness. Then I captured another pawn, and the position is winning. Okay, so what should I play here? So maybe it's not the precise move in this position because I can relocate my pieces. So d3 doesn't work, I believe. No, it doesn't, of course. Maybe this move should be played. Then king f2 has to be played. Okay, this analyzed. Oh, this is a weird game. e4. So you played this gambit, Stafford gambit, and I could successfully defend. So queen d4 doesn't make sense. I just castle and that's it. Then c3, d4. I think in this position, knight g4 is the best move, after which I take, and then you play queen h4, threatening the bishop and the pawn. That was the best strategy. However, I would castle there and simplify the position. So I know it. Okay. Rook king goes there. So what should be played in this position? Maybe rook e4. What else? Rook e6 can be played as well. Rook e7. Rook e7 doesn't make sense. Rook e4. Rook e6, rook d5. Or rook e4 probably. So the king is cut off. Okay, so we continue. But queen d4 is not a good move. h5, yes, I know about this idea, but no, it doesn't work. c3, d4, and the game is over. Or maybe e5 could also be played in this position. Knight g4 is not doing anything. I can play anything I want, even capture on g4, and then play e5. I decided to play this, took the pawn, then queen d4, offering a trade. You could capture on e5, then I would capture on g4 and successfully realize an extra piece in this endgame. So I'm still piece up. Oh, c5. So yes, that was clever. But bishop g4 solves all my... Oh, bishop f4 solves all my problems here. And then I'm effectively piece up. So bishop f5, clever. This move, clever, but it's not enough. Oh, the bishop is still protected. Even if I take on c5, rook g3 doesn't guarantee a winning position. I'll show you. So queen takes c5, rook takes g3, f takes g3, queen h2, king g2. So it's pretty safe. No, you won't succeed. So don't rely only on this attack, because it's unlikely to succeed. You may get some activity and maybe even get a few extra pawns there, but you already sacrificed the piece, so you couldn't succeed here. Okay, so rook e3. Yeah, I just decided to keep my bishop alive. g5, of course, clever, but for rook d2, queen a4, threatening a7, and queen h7. Yes, you played good moves, but that wasn't not enough to create any problems because you already are down the material, and this is not a checkmate. And then the game is over. Your king was weak too. This game now. 45. Oh, this is a mistake. Please don't play like that. I know it's anti-Fred lever defense, but this is a tempo loss, and you got into my trap. However, it's a good trap because if you don't take, then I take, and then I get two strong pawns in the center. So h6 resulted in a tempo loss, unfortunately. I didn't play properly this position, so maybe queen b3 should be played, maybe something else. I played queen e3, bishop d7, knight e3, queen e2. Oh, knight d5, of course, queen has to retreat. Looks like these moves were logical. Queen c2 in this position. I think this is where I could capture on a c7, and then the game should be over. I take on c7, then I take on e5. That should be enough. Or on b7, for example. Yeah, that should be a winning position. I played this move and then decided to take on e5. But e5 is already a weakness. I'd better take on c7 and then on b7. So that was my mistake. And that's why I allowed you a chance to continue the game, and we played for several moves more. So my f4 pawn is to be able to capture on e5 with a pawn and get two strong pawns in the center. Bishop d4 coming to c5. So here I expected you to play this move, after which I didn't know exactly what to play. Maybe I made a kind of a prophylaxis with h3. Maybe just move my queen out, or maybe g3 preparing for rook e6. This is where I was thinking what exactly to do, but you made a blunder. Queen d7, bishop now can enter this position. You have to take. I take with my pawn, and the rook should be moved to e8, but then I play e6 anyway. Open dark squares and take the advantage of it. And this position is, of course, losing. Okay, we have a final game that is left. Anyway, thank you for attending my webinar, so my Simul. You can send me a friend request for those who didn't send. If you would like to play such a Simul regularly, I want you to contact your organizer about it.
Thanks for the analysis, though. Very helpful.
Yeah. If you have any questions, you may ask.
Guys, anyone, any questions?
I guess I will analyze it more later. But yeah, good game. Enjoyed playing with you.
Which game are you talking about? What was your nickname?
Simul Loda.
This one. Yes, it should be analyzed in more details, of course. But actually, you already passed into a losing position when you decided to go to this opening. So it's a strategically bad position. And no, I know that knight f6 should be played here because I analyzed this position several times with my computer, with the engine. You played queen f6, which is the object of the attack. So it was not strategically a good plan. So, for example, where? If only in this position, I would capture on c7, you wouldn't get any chance. So
yeah, that's true.
So actually, there is not much that we can analyze. I just know this position because this is what I teach my students to play, and the main idea is that if black loses the tempo, then white should definitely take the advantage of it and open the position. Okay, so here we have king f1. What should I do? I think I should play king g6 and king g6 and h5 here. But I don't know which move to start with. Maybe king g6. What else do I have? Okay, I play king g6 and let's see what you prepared. I am under a pin, but I'm not sure if white can take the advantage of it. Okay, so here, every time that when black makes a mistake, a kind of a edge pawn move or just a bad pawn move like b6 or a second move with the same piece in the very beginning of the game or a queen move, white should definitely take the advantage of it by opening the position in the center. So in the open position, it's much easier to realize your advantage in case if you are developed better.
So what's the best move here?
No, bishop c5 is considered to be the best. However, if you want bishop c5, Italian game, which is quite complicated, knight f6 is another move, but then you should be ready for fried liver attack.
Okay.
For this position. You should know the lines. Or maybe bishop e2 is another possible move. And you should definitely have some experience there. For example, one of my students played as black. But it's mainly because his opponents don't know what to do. And they are likely to make the mistakes. If white learns this line, white is able to get a better position. But it's difficult to learn. Even I don't know everything. Now let's play rook f4. Trying to restrict. Then king g3 probably. And if h5. Okay, I think it's okay move.
I had a question. So for this is the fourth game, so Smiling Samai game. So I didn't feel I made a very big mistake at any point of time, but slowly got dominated.
Yeah.
Where do you think, what do you think could be improved in the gameplay?
Well, first of all, you shouldn't you shouldn't pass into this endgame, and you could just retreat with the queen to c1 and play a slightly worse but still playable position. As for the endgame, yes, it's playable. For example, here, instead of playing this move, Maybe knight bd2 is better to continue your development. Some people also play knight a3 in this position, but knight a3 I play this move. Knight b5 I play rook a5, so it doesn't work as well. Bishop e2. No, this is what you played, so that was fine. A3 is okay. Yeah, your task is to move your, so maybe not this, but this move. Then I play b5. Then you play the, no, I'm in time to play a4. If only you could play rook c1 at some moment, then b4 won't work. But actually here b4 can be.
So throughout the game, I was trying to defend the a pawn, and at the end, that pawn anyway got lost. But like I had to, move my knight back and forth a couple of times, the bishop, just to defend that a pawn.
Yes, you could move the bishop. Oh, okay, no, we can't restore the game, I think. So yes, in that position, bishop d1 and a4. So you shouldn't just give up the pawn for free. I could capture it before. I don't believe your knight b1 move is good, because you move the knight into a passive position. So probably we can get into this game into a different way. Let me open it.
Hey, Victor, a quick question. Like when we are playing high-rated players, do you think we should go for open positions or closed positions?
It depends on your knowledge of this opening. Everything depends on your knowledge. If you like and if your style is closed positions, no, I believe you'd better play closed positions, because there you're unlikely to blunder any tactics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so king g3 was played. Sure, I can play h5 here. Knight e5 is not a big problem, because I just play king g7, and this knight is hanging. H5, then I take, then should be fine. I don't know. Okay, and now as for this game, so let's get back. I think here there was a critical moment of the game where you played knight b1. So instead a4 should be played, and then I play bishop c2. No, this is what we discussed. So a4 right now, then maybe rook goes somewhere here, and then bishop d1, and you have a passive but a stable position. This is what I think was a mistake. Well, knight b1, yeah. So, and then you retreated with the knight. So you see, it didn't really make much sense. No. Yeah, exactly. So you lost the tempo. I played this, and then after the connection between rooks was broken, I was able to take the advantage of it.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, thanks again, Victor, for your time. This was really cool playing with you, and hope we'll get in touch again.
Okay, so yes, and you may attend my webinars on Sundays. However,
Definitely.
probably it's too early for you.
What time is it?
It's it's
Is it around this time?
6 a.m. Unfortunately, it's 6 a.m. Pacific time.
Okay, yeah, maybe early
On-
for some of us.
Yeah,
but
you
we'll
can.
definitely watch the recorded ones. Yeah.
Yeah, the recordings are published on my YouTube channel.
Cool. Okay, awesome. You have a good day.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
See,
Victor, I have a question
Yes.
for you. So for the Stafford game, like once you realize that like if the opponent knows how to defend it, what would you recommend? Like I start playing, like I mean, because I'm already a pawn down, so usually I just go for attacks. That's what I was trying, but I guess like you just like knew almost all threats. So
I see. Now let's check it. So no, I recommend you not to play this opening, because if your opponent knows,
exactly. Opponent knows, then it's really hard.
yeah. So if they don't, no, you can play d6, for example, play an ordinary Russian game, and but if you like to attack, I recommend you playing Sicilian.
Okay.
This is where you can overtake the initiative. So here, if they know the line, no, I don't know, maybe h5 in this position. No, this is how you can. But
h5 here.
h5, c3. So you see c3 and d4 on the next move, and no, you can't do anything, because white has a strong pawn center, and they are able to restrict your bishop. And I believe everyone over maybe 1800 on chess.com understands it.
Okay.
So that's why, yes, you can play at this level, but if you get better and you are likely to face with stronger players, they will know what exactly to do.
Makes sense. Thanks.
Okay, so the last game, Fireword 05. Is it someone of your team, of your club?
Or no, not? Unfortunately, no. We would like him to be.
He is quite strong, because he is already. He's also from United States, but I'm not sure where he is.
Pratik, is he your friend? No, right? Not that.
But I have 3,000 of followers, so.
Yeah, maybe some of them got the link or something.
No, they did. He didn't enter the our webinar room. He just found me playing with 30+30 and decided to join.
Okay, that makes sense. Clever.
Yeah, there was another challenge. So, for example, our Anirudh requested a private chat with you. So probably he wants to play, but we are about to finish our Simul. So that's why I. Oh, yeah, this is the most complicated position, and I was able to get a better position if only I didn't play like what I did. So here, let me show where. Here, maybe rook c4 wasn't the best option. I could just play rook b8, then bishop f8 and b4, and then activate my king. So like that. This, and this. No, or maybe bishop f8 and then b4. Depends on where the rook is. d5 cannot be played, so I have a distant pass pawn. As for the position that I reached, the main problem is that the bishop is restricted. However, I still believe it's a winning position. My only task is not to blunder.
2 moves before, why didn't you play to e3, like your rook to e3?
No, then king f2, just a repetition.
Sorry?
No, when rook e3 instead of rook f4?
Yes.
Well, then he goes with the king to f2 and just repeats the position. Why should I do that?
Okay.
And my pawn is hanging on d4. That's the other problem, especially when the rook is on e3.
Yeah, but it is protected by the bishop, right? So
No, the pawn is protected by the bishop. Oh, actually, yes, you're right. Yeah. No, it wasn't handgun. That's right.
Okay.
So
Maybe
here,
after that, because after that you could have like made your maybe move your pawn ahead on d3 after that,
pawn to d3.
because your rook would be on e3, and then I don't know what he would have done, but that may have given you a chance to move your pawn to d3, or no?
Yes. Yeah, I see. But I want to play my d pawn forward when I really see that it's quite protected. Because if only I put it to a light square, it can be attacked twice, and I won't have another defender.
Okay.
So his rook on the d file is quite active here. This is the problem that doesn't allow me to win the game immediately.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thanks for your help on the analysis. Have to go fast now.
What?
2 more minutes for him, so he will have to go fast.
Yes. So finally 95. King g7 should be played, of course. There is no other move. But then the knight is hanging, and I want really to trade this bishop for a knight to simplify the position. Okay, knight goes there. I can take, move my rook to e4. So if I take on g4, how to continue rook e4? This is how I create a weakness on this square. If I play h4, what advantage do I have? Force the king always to stay on the second rank. So then h3 is a weakness that I can probably attack. Yeah, maybe I should play this move. Oh, then he takes. If I play h4, then knight h4. This is what I didn't notice. Am I fine with it? h4, knight h4, bishop e5. Yeah, that should be fine. So my next Simul will be this Sunday. It will be a webinar 67 where I'm going to conduct a Simul. So there are a few free spots, so you may join. So the last game is, so I expect the king to move back and then I play rook e4. Maybe bishop e5 as well. If king moves to f2, maybe bishop e5 looks better. What do you think? King g2, okay. Then I play this move. King g6 doesn't work. I play this move. Yes, rook f4. Bishop e5 in this position. Look here, king f2 should be played, of course. And what should I do? King f2, then... I see. Okay, let's play king king g6 maybe. If I check on e2, king f1 then. Okay, let's play king g6. So how to deal with king f2? Uh-huh. Rook e6 first. I want to trade the rooks. Of course, they won't do this. So this move is likely to be played. Then I play rook e3. Rook e2. Check. And now I can play rook a2 probably. To cut the enemy king off. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's try these. What if I play these? Ah, then I can't take. That's the problem. Yeah, this is a problem that I didn't realize.
Does he only have 7 seconds?
Yeah, a few seconds. So, rook f5. No. No, this is what I blundered. So I could, I was sure I could take on d4 and then win the game, but no, I can't. Okay, let's check. It's actually not a blunder. Maybe it is. Yeah, the problem is that every time the white makes a move, they get 30 seconds extra.
Can't we pin his knight?
But knight f5 then.
Sorry?
Oh, if I pin, then knight f5 to unpin. So I can play rook h2 in this position, but still knight f5.
Now if you play d2, rook d2,
Knight f5 then.
knight f5, okay. f5.
No, I can't play rook h2. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So they gonna do a perpetual check with knight f5. No, rook h2, knight f5, rook h3 check, king g2. For example, my rook goes anywhere, for example, a3, and then knight e7 is a perpetual check. Knight e7, king g7, knight f5.
Yeah, rook to h3 sounds like a good one. Why don't you do a3, rook a3,
King g2, and what then?
king g2? Yeah, that will stop you, but there's no other way. You can't take. No, but then you can come to
Well,
g.
yeah, let's do this. Maybe it would work.
Yeah. Right? Rook g3.
No, then I expect. Oh, actually, what do you expect?
I expect him to be h2.
f2. Yeah, if h2, then rook d3 wins the game.
I mean, if you wanted to always exchange your bishop to knight, I'm not sure. Do you want to do now?
I can't. I'm pinned.
Oh yeah, sorry, you are pinned. So otherwise, you would have done it.
So rook h3, knight f5, still the same position.
No, but now you can take h3 at least.
Now let's take on h3 because I have no ideas of what to do then. Take on h3.
Yeah, at least you are
But
taking.
then knight f5. This is the problem. So they do a perpetual check with knight e7 on the next move. That's the problem. I can't play with my king right now.
I agree, but sorry, I'm a little slow here. I don't understand what is the problem.
Knight e7, knight f5 is a perpetual check.
Maybe get your rook out again.
Mm-hmm.
At least you are again a pawn, another pawn up.
I can't play rook g3 because of knight takes g3.
No, I wasn't saying knight rook to g3. I was saying either h2. I think he'll come on f3.
Oh, he does f3, you believe? Oh, maybe, yeah.
He won't go far. So,
Oh, he goes f1. Okay, let me maybe do this.
you want to be at f3?
Maybe.
I think he'll come back.
Yeah, he repeats the position.
Yeah, the same position. He got just 30 more seconds with that. But anyways, maybe pawn h3.
Maybe let's decide. h3, knight e7, then I play rook move. Pawn h3. Maybe rook a2, knight e7. Oh, it's gonna be a draw. Okay, let me offer a draw. Okay, that's it. Okay, I can quickly look at the analysis. So I have to conduct a class. That's why I don't have enough time to continue. So
Okay.
was it? No, looks like it's a draw according to what I see. So no, yeah, that was a blunder. It looks like white played quite strong and almost didn't make any mistakes, which is weird. So since that moment, no mistakes. Quite suspicious. Okay, fine. Thank you for attending the webinar.
Thank you, Victor, for helping.